Hi public speakers, my name is Bree Brasher and I am your course instructor for the Kojo 2010 online summer session of public speaking. So I'm excited to meet you all. I'm excited to get started. This online session is going to be a little bit different. It's a 6-week session, so we're cramming everything that you would do in person on campus into a 6-week online session. So it's going to be really different. It's going to be really interesting. It's like taking PE online, right? It's a little weird. But you'll see how it's going to work. It's going to be much like the classroom, and public speaking has a lot of real world applications, especially doing this via video chat. I think that's going to be a big thing in the world coming up, having online meetings. So getting you some exposure to that as well as public speaking is all beneficial. So again, this is a 6-week course. Please do not think that the online course is going to be any less challenging than the in-person course on campus. It might be a little bit more challenging because you're not going to have that day-to-day interaction with your instructor or be able to just raise your hand and ask a question, right? So in regards to that, please feel free to email me whenever you need help. We'll talk about the Zoom room a little later, but we can meet and have some virtual one-on-one meetings as well to help you guys out with all of that. Also, email me whenever. Bombard me with all the things, all the questions, okay? I don't want you guys to wait and get behind on anything. I want you to be ahead and tackling your questions as they come up. Remember that I'm here to help, right? I'm your instructor. I'm here to help you with any question, concern, problem that you are having, okay? So just a little heads up, I want you to make sure that you're keeping up with assignments. So there are some deadlines that are provided in the syllabus just to help and keep you up to date with the course. There's also just due dates, so you know that you have to have things due on Saturday nights typically. Okay, so those of you that want to get ahead, there's some deadlines that you can meet just for yourself. And those of you that tend to procrastinate a little bit know that they just all have to be done by those strict deadlines, okay? So there is some freedom. It's not like you have to show up every single day and do things, right? You only have 4 speech days that you have to really show up for, and knowing your times and your Zoom room link for that, which we'll go over here in a second. So just making sure that you're keeping up with your assignments, going at your own pace. I realize in the summer that everyone has different schedules and different things going on. So the course is here to work with you, as am I. All right, let me just make sure I have said everything that I need to say. Okay, so knowing that you will get to pick your times and your speech Zoom room. So you'll get to pick your group time, just knowing that you have to be there on that time every single speech, okay? So next we're going to get into our course materials and the syllabus. So knowing that you need to purchase a concise public speaking handbook, okay? This will help you with all the chapters and the readings that you need to do, okay? And you will also need to purchase the Speaking Out, a public speaking workbook. So we've had a lot of questions regarding why do I need to get the workbook if I can't tear it out and physically turn it into you. So the thing here that's going to help you with that is you have 3 readings in here that you are responsible for as well. There are also example speeches that you can use to guide your own writing, okay? And there are several other reference list types of things that will really help you in here. So please don't think that you will get by without purchasing either of these 2. You need these 2 things for the online session as well, okay? So now up here on our course syllabus, we're going to take a look at some things first. Okay, so again, welcome to public speaking, okay? Some requirements for this course is you must be a University of Wyoming student, as this course is taught through the WyoCourse website, okay? Another big thing, guys, this is an online course, so you must have internet access in order to view the lectures, speeches, and assignments. So, quick note on that. All of us, GTAs or other professors in the comm department at the University of Wyoming teach public speaking. There's a lot of us that do this. So to help you, we highly recommend that you do your readings in your books and that you watch the lectures provided before you take the quizzes for every chapter. So you'll see a lot of different faces in those lectures. We all have different teaching styles, so we wanted to provide those for you. So you'll see some different faces, some different ways of explaining things that will hopefully help you out. So make sure you watch those lectures that we've prepared for you. Okay, you'll also need a video recording device so that you can broadcast your speeches to me and to your classmates. This can be on your computer, this can even be on your cell phone or a tablet, and then you'll just sign into the Zoom room there. Okay, you'll need to be available to present your speeches to your classmates on speech days. Okay, so going down here, our Zoom room days, or Zoom room times, are going to be from 9 to anywhere till 1:30 in the afternoon. Okay, and our first introductory speech, which is where you just introduce yourself to your classmates, is May 31st. So you'll need to go on and go through all of your modules over here, okay, and that will walk you through where you sign up and how you sign up for these times, okay. Speech 2 will be June 6th, Speech 3 will be June 14th, Speech 4, your final persuasive speech, will be June 29th. So those are the only days that you are required to have a meeting with me for your speeches, okay? So hopefully that's pretty workable for all of you. All right, next then, the course fulfills the COM2 USP requirement. So public speaking used to be a COM1 prior to this last school year. It is now a COM2, meaning that we've upped the ante a little bit. You're going to have some digital work, some written work, as well as oral speaking. So this will cover your COM2 communication requirement as well as the O requirement. Okay. Written, digital, oral messages all here. Okay. You'll need to use PowerPoint in some of your presentations or other visual elements. And you'll need to interactively correspond with your classmates, even though you're just staring at a screen, right? So you'll want to use facial expressions and gestures and all of that kind of thing to really make it as if you were in person with your classmates. All right, in terms of assignments here, as we talked about, you'll give 4 extemporaneous speeches, meaning that they are not memorized, but they are practiced, and you're presenting something that you have been working on, okay? So speeches will focus on audience analysis, selecting and narrowing a topic, determining your purpose, which will change throughout the course, and developing central ideas, main points. You will gather supporting materials, so we'll have a research day that corresponds with that, okay? And you'll have different patterns of organization for each speech, okay? And remembering that your speeches will be presented through the Zoom orientation, okay? So you'll see that in your modules over here again. It will give you instructions on how to get into the Zoom room, and I've provided links for you in the modules as well for your various groups, okay? Your written assignments will be in the terms of peer critiques, your outlines that you will submit for each speech, and you'll be asked to write a memo as well. So in my experience, this has been the section of the course that students really struggle with. It's figuring out how to organize your ideas, right, in the correct organizational pattern, how to cite all of your sources, how to make everything well developed, how many main points to include, how many sub-points to include, right? So remember that this is approximately 70% of your grade. As long as you're organized, the presentation is like the icing on the cake, okay? So remembering that the written element of this course is very important as well. So again, digital communication, you'll be required to use technology, obviously, to participate in the online course and to facilitate some visual aids for your speeches. Okay, speech days are the only things, again, that you are required to make time for this class. So you will only be excused if you have a university or medical excuse for those speech days, okay? Otherwise, the deadlines are up to you to either keep or your due dates to fulfill, okay? Outlines and grade sheets, you'll have to submit a typed full sentence preparation outline prior to delivering your speech, and it will be returned to you with my comments after your speech, okay? The grade you earn will depend on the amount and quality of work that you choose to do. Your final grade will be based on the percentage of total points available. So a quick note again here, your online speaking points are a bit different than what you will see in your workbook. We had to revamp a few things to make it work for the online course. We have less workshops and that kind of thing, and more quizzes to make sure that you are getting the material throughout the reading since you aren't there for in-person lecture. So just knowing that some of these points might not match up, but again, it all facilitates the course in the same way. Okay? So you'll have some miscellaneous assignments that will be 52 points. Okay? You'll have an introductory speech where you just tell us something about yourself for 20 points. Okay? Your second process speech, which in your workbook is 50 points, online is 100 points. Okay? Process speech, teaching us how to do something, right? Your third speech is informative, which is also 100 points. Okay? And your fourth and final speech is a persuasive policy speech worth 150 points. So you persuade us one way or the other on a controversial topic. Okay? Then you'll have your midterm and final exams, each worth 100 points. Your critiques will add up to 50 points. You'll have one persuasive outline that you will not give the speech for is 60 points, and a written memo which will also be helpful in various business settings and other organizational settings in the future for you guys. So that's 50 points. Your library assignment where you do some research is 20 points, and your chapter quizzes will be 220 points. So please keep in mind here that if you are just skipping through and taking the quiz without reading or watching the lectures, 220 points is a huge chunk of that 1,022. Okay, that's like not giving 2 of your speeches. So making sure that you are really taking your time and taking those quizzes seriously. Also, guys, I want to mention some academic dishonesty stuff. We need to talk about it with all of our students so that nobody gets into a spot that they shouldn't be. Okay, so just making sure that all of your work is your own. Okay, if you're using others' work, that you are citing it verbally, in text, and in your reference list. Okay, so just do your own work. Make sure that you're budgeting your time. I think that's where most students get caught in the academic dishonesty realm. Okay, is when they run out of time and they're just looking for an easy way out. Okay, so know that this is not just an entry-level quick online course that you can take. It's going to require some work, and the assignment load may shock you a little bit. Okay, so just making sure that you're keeping up with everything and budgeting enough time for all of your assignments. Okay, and that's one of the worst things as an instructor is catching someone plagiarizing or other things like that and having to either fail the assignment or even the course. So please do your own work and we won't have to worry about it at all, okay? And then moving on to some student disabilities. If you have a disability, please let me know. I'm more than happy to work with you on that, okay? Your disability must be registered with University Disability Services. So the number for that office is listed in the syllabus as well, and we'll do our best to work with you on anything that you may have, okay? So just being open and honest with us, and we will do the same with you. Okay, so no plagiarizing, please, and let us know if you have disabilities. Okay? All right, so I think we've covered pretty much everything. Your Zoom rooms, I'll show you those over here. So your Zoom rooms, your Zoom instructions are here. Okay, you'll check here for a Zoom. You'll meet with me on June 25th, either at 11 or 2, and you'll just follow this link. And we'll talk for a bit and answer any of your questions that you have, okay? And then if you keep going through here, on the bottom, you'll see my office hours. You can just email me for a time for those, okay? And then you'll get right into chapter 1, okay? So if you follow through with these Zoom instructions, you'll see where you can sign up for your groups and all of that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to this class. I think it's going to be a great experience, and you'll all be done with public speaking in a short 6 weeks. So I'm excited to hear from you guys.